Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Interviews. I'm your boy, Manny.
Andy Acevedo from Takeoff Incorporated.
I was going to do that.
That's fine.
We just going to keep going. You took my shot. It's all right, bro. It's not about me. It's about you today. And yes, Takeoff Incorporated, you do videography, photography, fashion, and other types of art, right? Mm-hmm. Really, self-expression and creativity.
Correct.
I got to point out the hat again. Shout out to Mish Merriman, Spiritually Fabulous. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a dope business, a dope venture that you're into, and I'm excited to talk to you just a little bit more about that and how people can get involved as well. But first, I really want to get back to Ghana. You had my mind blown. Okay, so I'm picturing myself, and you're a great storyteller, by the way, because I can actually see these hallways, with the what did you say? The film? No.
Oh, yeah, it's fossilization.
Fossilization.
It's like rock fossilization of like.
So all the floors covered in basically human
remains. Right.
And there was still some actually there.
Hey, I was walking on it.
You were walking on it.
Yeah, it's hard like rock. It's not. Like, I touched it too. Like I wanted to. Like I was like I tried to. It's rock.
And this is years, right? Hundreds of years, maybe.
So the British occupied Ghana for 400 years. Dutch was like, I think 300. I'm probably wrong on these numbers. I know British was like around 400. That's why people, when they say we were enslaved for 400 years, they're talking about the British, really.
Yeah.
But Portuguese were there for like 200 something years also.
400 years ago today, or were they there for 400 years before they?
So the Independence Day was a week ago, 66 years from then, and then 400 years after the 66 years of independence. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, a very long time. But yeah, it was, I think after seeing that, so that was the first castle. We went to the women's dungeon, same thing. Because I guess, not that I guess, but a lot of the soldiers, what they would do was they wouldn't give any of the captives any, I guess, room to go outside or do anything. They just keep you in the dungeons. And it was a mental game, right? Yeah. Mental and physical. You down. That's the point. They don't want you to rebel. And the people that will rebel, we're going to get into that, right? So when we get into the second castle, this one, I forget what it's called. I want to give its love. But this is where mostly people that were from the islands were held. So if you're from DR, Jamaica, Cuba,
Puerto Rico,
we're mostly from, he said, most of us were held during this castle.
Our ancestors.
Yes. At least, yeah.
Big respect, big ups to our ancestors.
For sure. So the people that rebelled, there's when you walk in the castle, and no, these structures are huge. Like I'm talking about like it's just
and these structures were their main purpose, or sole purpose, I should say, was the captivity of human beings.
Correct.
To be then sold into slavery.
Funny enough though, they would so in order for them to get away with it, they would pretend that it's a business.
Oh, so we knew it was wrong back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I was always under the impression that we just weren't caught up with the times yet. Okay.
So they would have doctors living in the quarters. They would have businesses living in the quarters. Wow. And that was kind of like sorry.
Really well educated.
Right. Everyone there knew it was wrong.
Who knew that putting other human beings into such despicable, disgusting conditions was
organizing and whatever, conducting business in that area, and they knew it and they allowed it, and they. On the
Do
note,
we have any of this in American history books? Do you know? Because you're closer to school age than I. I mean, it's been a while for me. And when I was there, they made it seem like enslaved people loved it.
Yeah,
they sang songs and picked cotton, and it was a great day.
Right. Yeah. No, there was not that I know of in America that were conditions like that, but I guarantee it was just as bad.
But in your recollection of your schooling, did any of that come up?
Of those castles?
Of the castles, of
nope.
How enslaved people
the conditions?
Yeah.
Nope.
It was just, they
glossed over it.
They were slaves for a little bit, and then we let them free.
Yeah. And On that first castle, sorry, before I go to the second one.
My bad. I kind of.
It's fine. It's fine.
I go left sometimes. Thank
You're
you
good.
for coming with
I'm
me. I
on the
appreciate
same
it.
way.
We'll get back on track.
So the men's dungeon, right? There's I know we were talking about religion earlier.
Yeah.
There was a Christian church on top of the dungeon. And these had ventilations, these big holes. So when you walk past the stairways to go up to the Christian or Catholic church, you would hear and smell the defecation, and you would hear people calling out.
No.
And if you're going up these stairs to go worship God, but you're hearing all this,
Who's
on your
going
way
to
there,
worship God?
whoever was going in those dungeons.
Not the enslaved people, or
No,
the enslaved people.
just the white men.
Okay.
White
All right.
men.
I got to try to pull all this together in my head. Okay, so we're going up to this chapel, smelling all kinds of human waste,
Right.
hearing human torture, and then we're going to talk to God about what exactly?
Beyond me.
Forgiveness? I wonder.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Wow.
Now,
Did they force the religion on the people they captured?
Oh, yeah.
Captive?
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there was actually a man there. There was a person who was previously an enslaved individual. He went to Europe. He was a priest. He turned into a priest. He came back and he started teaching the faith to everyone that was enslaved. So it was kind of like the mental game. Like they wanted to kind of like plant someone in there to teach everyone and indoctrinate them into something that they did not believe. I actually learned about their original religion. You ever watched what is it? I think it was Black Panther.
Yeah, that's my
Right.
guy.
Right.
That's my man.
So you know when he takes the power and he goes into like the ether world and he's able to talk to his dad and stuff.
I did that once, but that's a whole nother story.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
So that's kind of a premise of the religion. So the idea is that you can't talk to God directly. The only way you're able to talk to God is through a medium. And the medium is your ancestors. Okay. So if you want to talk to God, you're talking to your ancestors, and your ancestors will kind of reply. It's kind of like the mouth of God in that sense. And I guess this was kind of similar to Buddhism or like any other religion in general. Everything is God. Right. You know, nature, from your friends to your parents, that's God. But you can't talk to him unless you're talking to your ancestors. And so they'd have like these big obsidian rocks that they'd pray to. And then this is like your way of getting into that zone of talking to your ancestors and incense God.
Nice.
But yeah, they would indoctrinate everyone about Catholic and the Catholic and Christian religion.
I got a little lost. This is definitely not the Catholic religion. Talking to the ancestors, that's more.
No. I'm saying
religion, or
this is a native religion.
Okay, gotcha.
This was the religion that was.
I got so caught up with Black Panther. I'm like, wait a minute, who are we talking about now? Because I know Catholics weren't about, you know.
So this was like the common religion that everyone in sub-Saharan Africa believed in at the time, before Islam, and Christianity started moving into the spread in the country, right? Oh, continent. Second castle, well, most people that were from the Caribbean came from this castle. We actually, what was it called? So the first Catholic church in Sub-Sahara, no, I think it was in the world. I think that's a stretch. No, that's not a stretch. I swear it's that. The first Catholic church, correct me if I'm wrong, was built in this slave castle.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I've seen it. It's now like a little store, but you go and once you walk in there, you see the church right in the middle of the whole 4x4 castle, like right there. So you're reminded every day of God.
Right.
Then we go into those who rebelled. You got two different dungeons, holding cages. One was for the people that were white and that weren't black. You close the door. Very ventilated. It's not hot. And no, again, what did we say the weather was? Hot every day. So you close like that door.
Cheeto hot.
Yeah. You're getting some draft in there, but you can breathe. Right. You're not dying. You go into the other one. You close the door. There's a skull and bones cross over this doorway when you go in there. This is where all the people that were black.
That's a warning.
In there. Yeah.
Like you don't know how to act. This is where you coming.
Go in there. You close that door. It suffocates you.
Wow.
Can't breathe. There's only like little holes in the door.
And you're literally like suffocating on death. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, man.
How we treat each other, and it's still going on today. Like it may not be as like a huge operation as it once was, but you know, human trafficking is still very much a problem to this day, and it blows my mind. Like but it doesn't matter where we are. We keep saying we're in 2023, but that doesn't matter because back then you said they knew what the hell they were doing, and they were cool with it. Yep. Because they felt superior to these in particular people. It's a sad story. What else did you bring home from that trip with you, or what did you leave behind?
So I met some people there that were also videographers, photographers.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they documented the whole trip.
All right. Takeoff team is about to be international. I hear you.
Hey man, it might be.
Bro, why not?
Yeah, I'm trying to
start
help.
A little Ghana chapter.
That's literally what I'm thinking about. So
beautiful thing.
I want to like help. I want to like hold. What is it? Not hold. I kind of want to fundraise, right? Make some money and then send it to these folks over there so they can organize films and stuff. And they can do stuff in Ghana.
That'd be dope.
Right. And so, in that sense,
would you like to go back and maybe hold workshops or anything like that yourself?
Oh, most definitely. So I'm going to keep working on this initiative where we're going to go back to Ghana and we're going to keep going to this primary and secondary school in Kambugu. It didn't end with 1 year. It's going to keep going. Yeah. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm going over there myself.
What about like maybe equipment fundraising? You know, we can try to fundraise some equipment for you to bring over and be able to leave behind with the kids to use. That'll be pretty dope.
So the thing about that, like, I would just say we got to organize the school first, build it up.
Yo, listen, everything is a process. It's not about the finish line. It's about the journey. Right. I have major faith you're going to get there. I'm so impressed with you, young brother.
Thank you.
So happy that my man, John, thank you so much. Hooking it up with such an amazing person to come through and share your story. And it's only just begun. 23 years old. I mean, you have a whole...
got a whole lot.
Yeah. Couple lifetimes ahead of you if you play him right.
If I play him right.
If you play him right. And I have every faith that you will. You're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And please keep me involved. I'd love to know where you're going. I'd love to have you back. I mean, we might be able to figure out something else behind the scenes of how we could work better and more together because you're amazing, my man. Hold up. My God. I swallowed a little bit of spit there, folks.
Went down the wrong way.
No, I inhaled a little bit of spit. Yeah. So, bro, before we go, I just want you to tell everybody one last time, just a little bit about you, Takeoff, how they can find you.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they could work with you, come work with you, or if they needed to hire you for any of their events, how they can do that.
Yeah. So you can find us on just search us up takeoffgg.com. Just type that in. Takeoffgg is one word. And if you want to find us on Instagram, it's tkf.apparel or tkf.gg. And then you can hit me up personally. I'm at lowercase I, Spades L on every platform. That's my personal socials. Hire us for photography, weddings, corporate shoots, personal photo shoots, video shoots. Let us know.
Yo, check out that Instagram because that has everything you need to know. That is absolutely your portfolio.
Yeah.
And you won't be disappointed. So you definitely want to check out this if you have any. I mean, it's wedding season, prom season. You know, spring. That's a good thing about spring. A lot of money to be made in summer.
Yeah.
We'll get you fall right. too, right? There's a lot of stuff going on in the fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, winter's almost over, and we are gonna come out of a hibernation soon. But man, time flies when we're having fun. It's all done.
Right.
Bro, we got to have you back sometime.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming. For now, I'm Manny.
Andy.
And this is Interviews. We will see y'all real soon.
Peace.